thing had everybody dying, man.
Thanks,
and it just kept going. Oh, the compliments are coming, Jim.
Thank you.
And you're just gonna have to sit there and take it. No. You take your compliments.
It's hard.
It is.
Murdered.
Yeah,
he had everybody. Even Keith was laughing. He doesn't laugh at anything.
He's going to try to justify it. Yeah, I mean, but, people laugh at stuff, and, I don't know if it was that good.
It was easy slot on the show.
Yeah.
No, that was the best one. It was the 10-year anniversary of doing it. It was the best one we had. The lineup was just like Murderers Row, and like the surprise guest was Jon Stewart Dice.
Oh, my God.
And Dave Attell.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. You know, I watched a lot of it, too, and I normally do. Everybody did well. There was no bad sets. Ricky Velez, he followed Dice. What? And is so good. Like, his material is very personal, and he's just kind of talking his way through what his life is, and he's really honest on stage. He's really fucking good, man.
I thought he had the toughest spot on the show.
He murdered, too.
I wore out my shoes pacing. Just going like, fuck. At one point I said that, so, when Jon Stewart was on, there was like 3 comics standing there. I was like, I envy all of you. And they go, why? I go, because you're done.
Yep. What's better than being done? Isn't it
on
the best?
A show like that? Yeah, it's all a thankless job.
But your stuff too, and Bill and I are similar in the fact that it's very hard to take compliments. But I know, like, I watched you.
I've been going to therapy. Go ahead, hit me with a few.
It was so well, except for it was so good, and the angles that you're coming from. It's like Chris Rock has that too, where it's like it's never the angle that you think it's going to be. It's always like you take something and you just talk about it in a way that I don't see it coming, and I don't see it coming with Chris either. And it's really hard to do that.
There's not a lot of angles left on airplane travel, but I like to try to my way in there and find it.
But you were right, though. The food is never that good, and I never thought of the peanut angle, so you had me. But no, it was brilliant, man. It was really fucking great. It's so nice to see.
You know what was great about the show is Cypher Sound.
See?
He's doing the same thing. Yes, he is.
No, but everybody, I thought this was the loosest year of everybody playing off of him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's funny. Nobody picked
Was he
up.
the host?
I didn't know he was Filipino.
The DJ.
I was trashing him. I thought he was like out of Puerto Rican or something. So
Yeah.
all of my jokes, that's why I said, because he played me on to da 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 da, like this fucking leprechaun music. And I was trashing him, and I was trying to think. I couldn't even think of the name of like Mexican music or whatever. I go, I'll fucking play you out to some sombrero music, and he kind of had this look on his face. I found out in the after party he's Filipino.
Is he? I didn't know that.
I don't know what he is.
Yeah, I guess I would have thought he was like Dominican or something.
I did
Is he?
too.
Somebody said at the after party he was Filipino. I don't know. Hey, here's the ultimate fucking end of the show, dumb. He goes like this. He goes, all right. He's got his cell phone. He goes, on the count of 3, everybody say, hi, Georgine. Georgine. That's what he said. Hi, Georgine. And he said it with such confidence. I was trying to do the math. Go, wait, is Georgine the real name? Like Bill William? I'm like, Georgine. I go, no, wait a minute. I go, wait. Her name is George. And the crowd already goes, hi, Georgine.
2,500 people screamed, hi, Georgine.
I go, no, you fucking idiot. I go, her name is Georgia. And he's like, oh, all right. Like, let's do it again.
Dude, it couldn't have been a better ending to that show, though. It couldn't have. His fuck up, which was totally unintentional. Your comment on it, the crowd fucking exploded. The perfect ending to the 10-year benefit.
Oh, it undid everything that we were doing. This is a great benefit the whole night. Great benefit, raising money for Teresa's mom, and in the end, he doesn't even know her fucking name.
It's a decade. A decade of benefits.
Yeah. Hi, Georgine.
No, he knows her. He probably has at least 100 photos with her over the years.
Georgine isn't even a name.
Nah, it was really embarrassing.
It's also funny because he was trying to be like the sensitive side of Rich. Say hi. This is the way he said, hi, George.
Yeah, watching him try to figure out what human emotion is and just mimic it, because that's what Voss does.
Right.
It's a crippling autism. I think that's what he has. So he can't. He just.
I like how he's
mimics.
still hanging on to the shirt or jacket matches the sneakers.
It's insane. Red, and it's red. It's not even a subtle like a gray or a brown. It's a red jacket and shiny red sneakers.
I know. Couldn't think of anything to say about it. It was just so appallingly horrible. It just so shut down my comedy brain. I'm just like,
it was overwhelming.
It was. His fucking plastic shoes.
Yeah, it's almost like it's too much. You can't believe it's happening. It's almost like if somebody walked out and slipped on a banana peel. You'd be like, what do I do with that? Like, it's too perfect comedically that you drop it.
I just love sneakerheads. I respect them, but also there's just such that arrested development. Like their whole life, they want to dress like the first day of school in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like,
not wrong.
Like all these New Yorker guys, like, dude, I'm telling, like, Virgie's like that, dude.
Yeah.
Jordan 1s with a fucking hoodie and a brand new Yankee, fucking over. It's just like
It really is.
Yeah.
Voss
your
and I
kids
will-
are in middle school. Like, what are you? You dress like your kids. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Voss and I will text about sneakers, and it's like, I know. It's the same reason I still love pro wrestling as much as I do. You just can't let go.
I know. I totally understand. I will spend nights on eBay just searching for things from my childhood
Yeah.
that are still in the box. I don't buy them.
Right.
I literally was looking for the fire engine that I always wanted for Christmas, and I did end up getting. My brother broke it.
Wait, when you were a kid?
Yeah, I had it, and all of a sudden some of the ladders were missing and the windshield was busted. My toys for whatever psychological reason.
Did you buy it? Like recently?
No, I didn't buy it.
You're not there yet.
No, I'll never be there, dude.
No.
You can't be. I mean, you either going serial killer or collector of comic books at
Right.
that point. Both of those.
And you can't be
That's
either
a
one
coin
of those.
flip on sadder person.
You got to stop that instinct sometimes, right? Because you know where it's going to go. Like if I buy this, it's not going to stop. I'm going to buy the next thing I want, the next toy,
Oh, yeah,
the
now
next
it's your
thing. It's
life.
like I don't need this. Like let me just want this thing and not get it and not go down that road.
Oh, for my son, I went on the internet and I bought him this Tonka truck I had when I was a kid. I had the tow truck, the white one, and mine the towing package on it broke off a long time ago, and I forgot that it was on. The fucking thing showed up, dude, and the towing thing is literally like a fish hook. And I got it. I was like, I can't give this to my kid. He's gonna put his fucking eye out. So now I have this fucking creepy Tonka truck in my office. Going, am I really gonna put this back up on? There it is. That's it right there. Fucking badass thing. I've always been a truck guy, so you can't see it, but the hook on it is an actual. That's
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, it's no. Yeah, exactly. It was like.
Yeah, you
it's like
can't.
That's a
stun
fish
gun.
hook. It's a fish hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rusted from years
Yeah, and it's all rusty metal.
from the
and stuff.
Eisenhower administration, so it's got like every fucking virus on it for the last 70 years.
That's nice though. That's something I understand. Like a retro old truck, like sit like that. I kind of like stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you love all your old stuff. I mean, you never. But that's the thing too. Like, I never gave up on my stuff. I just kept it going. Like, you never gave up on Kiss stuff.
No, or
You just
like
kept going.
me. I did. I just keep buying it.
Yeah.
Do you have the dolls?
They're not in the box, but I have. I have thought
Right.
of buying them in the box, and the Kiss. My
I
obsession
think it's a good idea.
is to get the 4 original Kiss Chopper posters, not the remakes. There's all these remakes, the original ones from 1977, and get them all in factory sealed and then hang them on.
I
and
always
frame
been
them.
fascinated with them in that they're a great rock band and they're an environmental disaster.
I guess, yeah.
Just all the raw materials over the years to make everything from like those urinal cakes to a coffin. I mean, they've literally put their name on everything. I'm trying to think what else they could possibly. They got a blimp.
Is there a Kiss blimp?
There probably
Kiss-
is.
Yeah, like,
That's
it's like
gotta
a
be.
drone. There you
A
go.
condom. There's Kiss
Let's
condoms, I
pitch
think.
this to Gene. It's your own blimp.
I think a condom.
The
They
Klimp.
have Kiss condoms.
They've done Kiss condoms.
I believe
for
they
sure.
have, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that
one.
makes sense. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only way you get one on me. That's the only way you get one
That's
on
the
me.
only Kiss collectible you didn't buy.
Yeah,
Yeah, there they are. The Kiss condoms. Condom with a K.
with a K.
Oh,
there you go.
do you get a love gun protection or a studded pawl?
Come on, who doesn't love that?
You gotta get a studded pawl, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want the condom named after the specific guy.
And then who's the fucking guy that like you trust? Because there's no way they're sitting there counting how many fucking Kiss condoms they sell every month. It just becomes that's the thing. Like I've noticed, comics are becoming brands and they're branching out into these fucking businesses, and it just gets to the point of like you're kind of killing what's cool about being a comedian. No,
Yeah,
just having the whole fucking day to yourself.
and doing nothing and just going on
You
at
gotta
night.
like monitor your furniture business. Here's my wacky sofa that has elements of my comedy in it.
You turn the pillow over, it says, ha ha. I'm like, oh, perfect. Yeah, no, I know.
The comedy and tragedy pillows. You can turn them around for your mood. Come on, that's a winner. It's a winner.
Yeah. That's exactly what it would be.
A comic pitching that to you? No,
Uh-huh.
I sell them after shows. See, you flip it around.
People love them.
Oh.
People love them.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, dude, you're not in that world. There's Bill Burr action figures now. You're a guy who's got an action figure.
I know. I don't have any money in that.
No, you don't get anything off. I mean, it's your face.
Well,
How long have you been in this business? In the beginning you signed that, and we own you forever, and all media's
Yeah.
from here to fucking Mars.
Perpetuity and all that shit,
Perpetuity.
yeah.
Yeah, perpetuity.
Yeah.
Yeah, perpetuity takes a lot of money out of your pocket.
Then you see Bill Burr on a Target shelf, and you're like, I don't know who's getting it, but it ain't me.
That is so great.
Look at that.
That's so great.
I
man.
look like a Russian guy named Boris. I mean, look at that. Come
That's
on.
fantastic.
It's cool.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
cool.
I'll tell you what's cool is being on that show, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Star Wars fans are really cool. I've made fun of them for years. People think I actually hate Star Wars. I don't. It's just that I saw a bunch of people enjoying something, and it's just I got to make fun of it. It's like the urge I have every time I go by a protest, and I have this panic because I got to figure out what they're cheering for so I can yell the opposite.
Yeah. Just to upset them.
Oh my God! Like the easiest was when Trump was president, and you'd see like people like protesting against him in front of his fucking hotels, like he was in there. That was my favorite thing. Like he doesn't just loan his name to it. Like they think he's fucking in there.
Yeah.
And we would always go by, and I'd have the window down. I'd be like, 4 more years. And I didn't like the guy. It was just to watch him be like, hey, you motherfucker. That dumb signs. It was just fantastic.
Well, they are protesting a sign because he's not there. They're just yelling at his name on the building.
I will tell you this, just as far as a sports fan, watching what they're doing to Trump for the left is so fucking stupid. It reminded me of when Sean Thornton squirted fucking PK Subban on the Canadians, their best player, because we were getting the better of him in this series. And I just remember thinking, like, don't fucking do that. Don't wake him up. Don't wake him up. Like, dude, Trump was like on the oldies thing, the oldies circuit, like singing fucking Rhinestone Cowboy and shit. And they just wrote him a hit.
Yeah.
They literally got him back. He's got the fucking Macarena going now. It's just like, what? Like, they can thank themselves. And, like, I think all of this shit, too, by the way, started way back with Clinton with the blowjob. Ever since then, every president can't just be president. They got to worry about, like, somebody trying to impeach him or put him in jail. It's like, you lied under oath about a blowjob. And then we get George W. comes in. It's like, you stole the election. He's got to fucking deal with that. Obama, you're not from this country. Trump, everything he fucking did. And Joe Biden, that shit's coming, It is funny, though, watching how both sides, I loved when Trump was in office, watching conservative people try to defend him. And now you get the other side is watching liberals trying to defend. Like, did you see that video of Joe Biden one time? Some guy came at him, and dude, he just goes like, that is not true. I was like the bottom of my class in law school. By the end, I was at the top of my class. Dude, he just went like, bam, 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 bam. He said 6 things with such fucking confidence. You're like, there's no way that's not true. And everybody fact-checked. Every fucking one of them was a lie.
All
and
lies.
it's just like, dude, this is your guy. And all they can say, anybody's better than Trump. It's like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like literally like your team cheats, mine doesn't. So I've kind of I stopped watching the news. Like, I think like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago or something. It's been bliss. I don't watch any of it. I have no idea what's going on. And
You just see outraged people, and you go like, "What's the opposite of that?" I'm gonna.
no,
shout
I
it.
literally go, that's who I used to be.
Yeah.
There's old fucking O&A clips. I had my eyebrows up. I was screaming and yelling. I just became that guy you didn't want to talk to. So it's just like, yeah, like nobody's gonna fix this.
Do you ever get to a point like this morning coming in? I was like, I hadn't slept. I was just rageful, and I'm like, don't blow up your life. Don't let this irrational, angry feeling fuck you up. Like, be careful of everything you're going to say today.
I have that going on as I'm doing. There's a voice in my head going, you should stop now. You should stop now. You should stop now.
This is bad. This is bad.
Look at the look on your wife's face. You should stop now. And I just keep going.
What is she? By the way, you said something that she admits things now, which makes you happy, and you shake her hand. And
I shook her hand.
I fucking love that.
I did that in the car. Where she was fucking. I was losing, dude. I was on the ropes. She was bam, bam.
She was
bam.
killing you.
Oh no, yeah, and with facts.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh no. And I looked at her. I go, all right, okay. You know what? You're right. I got to work on all this stuff. I go, but you know what? I go, you're selfish. And she just went, all right, yeah, you're right. I am. And I couldn't believe it. I literally I shook her hand. I just go, thank you. I didn't ask her to work on it or nothing. No, we are getting along like better than we ever had, because I think both of us we're just kind of doing that now, where it was just like it's like a funny. We always kind of had that. Where I remember one time I was going off on her in the car, and it was one of my favorite things she ever said to me. And I fucking, you do this, you do that, and blah, blah, sing that. My friend. And I laughed so hard she started doing. She did a spit take in my car, and you know what's funny? It literally ended the argument. We both just laughed like we're ridiculous human beings.
It is nice to have that, where all of a sudden, when you're in a relationship that works and you're just happy. That, like, I'm happy that I'm okay letting this go. Like, I don't need to be right. Like, my girlfriend's upset. I'm like, let me just stop. It's not worth her being upset. It's nice to feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what you have to do. I don't know. It's a weird. It's like a mature thing, and there's also something sad about it. You just feel you just don't have the fight in you anymore. But then it kind of goes smooth. Like if you just kind of, I have a very stereotypical kind of marriage thing where it's like I have the garage,
Yep.
and she runs the house, which at first I'm like, oh, like what the fuck. And then I really just thought, am I really going to organize things?
Yeah.
Am I going to organize a kid's birthday party?
No.
I don't think that's going to look good.
No. And do you want to do it even?
No. No, on any. You know what I want to do? I want to show up after all her hard work and then act like an idiot and make the kids laugh. That's what I want to do. And she does that, and it works. Yeah, it works perfectly. I don't know. It actually gets to the point I look back, I was like, why was I arguing? I don't want to fucking be a planner.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It goes back to what you were saying about being, like, the whole point of being a comic is that you don't have to do stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's how you've made your living. That's how you live your life. And so the idea that you would fight to be the head of household, you don't want it.
Exactly. Anytime I get a text message, I'll be in my load. She's like, what now? Like,
Yeah, you don't have to ask.
I
Just
don't.
do
Yeah, what? Yes.
I don't want to be a planner. I just want the option. I want the option of being a planner if I want it, and then I'll let her do whatever she wants. Like that's what I kind of like. Like I just want the option. I don't want to feel like the option is taken
Jesus
from
Christ,
me.
we should all be wearing sweaters. How old are we?
I know.
Let's
Yeah.
fucking just now we should talk about our physical ailments.
Dude, before you came in, I was talking about maybe I'm going to go on TRT. Like,
T-Wax.
yeah, I blood work. Yeah,
Oh, is that the testosterone?
yeah.
I was so happy you asked me if I was on testosterone.
I thought you were. Yeah,
It made me feel good.
Yeah, no.
I actually joked. I have a personal trainer now. I'm really Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I got to live up to my action figure.
Yeah, you do.
I was saying, I go, what is your goal? I go, I want people to think I'm on HGH.
That's a great goal. You want people to think you're taking something.
Yeah. How are you in good shape at your age? So I put on a hard 20, like during the pandemic. Meaning like it's like been really hard to take off, and it's also at my age. So I'm kind of doing something I never do. I used to just get on the elliptical and then literally look like a prisoner of war to just get back. And I would lose all the muscle and everything. I would just be like this fucking fleshy ginger walking down the street. It was awful. So this is the first time he's been like, no, you got to like that whole thing. And it's been, I keep getting hurt. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because there's like kickboxing involved and shit. And it's just like, I'm old. You know, it's funny. Rudy Rush said to me.
Is he still in Dallas?
Yeah. He said to me, he goes, Bill, what the fuck are you doing that shit for? He goes, you're in your yoga and Pilates years. And I knew he was right. I was like, I should be going Sting right now. Sting's the only old guy I've ever seen. Like that guy looks fuck. I remember I did some benefit and he was on. And he was on the thing. And I was standing with Louis. And I said to him, like, Jesus Christ, look at that guy. He's fucking 50. Look how good he looks. And Louis looks at me. He goes, he's 60. I was like, what? Dude, he looked fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like one of the first that was like popularizing that. Yoga and Pilates and all that is so regular now, but back then he was weird for doing it.
And tantric fucking. That's all he
Tantric.
talked about was him and his wife would do that tantric hours-long fucking.
Yeah, he didn't need to bring that up.
I know, but I was.
It's like, dude, we know you're slaying it. Like an astronaut being like, I flew really high. Oh, did you? That's what I thought. Now you just seem like a fucking dork. I went to the moon.
Yeah, maybe we didn't need to know that, but I was kind of happy that it's possible to do it.
Tantric
Yeah,
sex?
I like the idea of it.
Have you ever looked into trying to figure
No.
out how you can do it?
No.
You do tantric jerking off.
That's exactly it. It's edging. It's
Yeah.
edging with another person. That's what tantric sex is.
You've never tried that.
No.
You know what?
Edging, so coming right up to it.
Oh my god, I used to for
So
hours.
you're like the buzzard and fucking Bugs Bunny. Gonna come. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Nope, don't wanna do it. Don't wanna do it. Just wasting a whole afternoon.
yes, that is exactly it. You waste a whole afternoon just jerking and stopping and jerking. Yeah, it's fucking insane.
You go do something
Oh,
else.
so it isn't like you're going to and in your mind you're able to stop. You just know when to stop. Don't your fucking balls just ache after a while?
Yes, and then you finally do it. It's a better rush.
Do you stop like
Is
and
there
like do
audio
another
of you?
activity?
I want to hear. I want to hear that after. I want to hear Jim with achy balls coming. I don't know why. I just want to. Like a masseuse just got that Your fucking neighbors. Oh, they're doing it again.
But yeah, it makes you. It does waste a lot of time.
But do you like how long are the when you stop? Do you just stop for like 30 seconds and start again, or do you
Until
stop
you
and like
feel
go
the
get a
need.
meal?
Until you. It depends on what you do. Sometimes the day.
Sam, you got to get
continues.
to know your body.
I didn't realize.
Old Gwyneth Norton over here. It's all easy.
Yeah, it's and it's funny. You do things like it made me think too. You get like your helicopter pilot license, and that really I thought of that a lot. Like meaning like
While you're jerking off?
No. Yeah, like, oh, the drive. No, but the ability to do that.
It's an edging. I'd be flying a helicopter.
There is something in between I could probably do.
If I went helicoptering my dick all afternoon, I'd be flying a real one.
I could know at least 3 other languages.
Well,
The thoughts that run through your head when you're tantric jerking.
Yeah, Rosetta Stone is just sitting there collecting dust.
You know what they should do with Israel?
No, not a comment. I think of that.
That's a tantric laugh. He was holding that in the whole fucking show.
He was. I love that. You think about what a more developed human being you could be had it not been for all the hours.
Yeah, I respect that.
No, but you forget that you're still you. So if you whatever thing that you did that wastes your time, you would have found something else.
You would have just wasted. That time's getting wasted.
But there's
It's
better
not wasted.
things to do.
I don't think it's not. You got to not be hard on yourself. There's like this so much shit that we're doing is just man-made.
Right.
You know, it's not really real in a way, but it is because everybody buys into it. So it's just like chilling out is so fucking and just not doing anything. I'm not saying sitting there watching TV, but I mean just sitting there.
Just sitting.
Drinking a cup of coffee, and just sitting there, not doing anything, just being fucking mindless is really underrated.
It is nice just to sit and relax, and that's healthy.
Yeah, Jim, just repeat what I said and act like it was your point.
Well, no, I'm kind of...
it is nice to do what he just said.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I think that you made the point very well, and I'm just putting a bow
Jim,
on it.
I was just trying to say I missed you.
I miss you too, Bill. But yeah, you're right. Sometimes just doing nothing is nice, but
it's
I
also,
do it.
Who are you? What do you enjoy? You enjoyed helicopters. You enjoy tantric jerking off. That's what you want to do with your time.
But when you see...
One is not more valuable than the other.
When you see guys doing
I think
healthy things...
tantric jerking is just as interesting as flying a helicopter. If not more so.
It is more satisfying in the immediate moment.
There's definitely way more helicopter pilots than there are people tantric jerking.
I know.
Tantric jerking.
I don't know about that. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people.
Is there a community?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Edging is really underrated.
Which I love.
I just love that I have a friend.
It's the same as you because...
Do you have a friend that tantric jerks?
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah.
You meet the other people. I had no idea you were into helicopters. I'm into helicopters. Jim is the same way with tantric
You have
jerking.
more than one friend who tantric
I have
jerks.
a wide variety of friends. I'm a progressive person.
I'm not the only
I
one,
have my
though.
gay friend, my black friend, and my tantric jerking friend.
But more of them tantric jerk. They just don't tell you they do. Like they'll show up 5 minutes late. Like it was traffic. No, he was jerking off all day.
Can you
That's
tell?
why he's late. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The back. If there's sweat on the back, he was jerking off. That's why he's late. Yeah.
Shirt's wet.
Yeah. From being against the seat.
Traffic doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't. You're against the chair in your office.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. All right. This is getting into a world that I don't need to know about.
Very
It got very real when he said he's leaning on a chair
I
in
know.
his office. Now you can put a...
This brings you into the underworld of the city with like this teddy bear vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't do that now. Anyway, that's the point.
You don't?
No.
You don't tantric jerk.
No.
Well,
You said that's what you do.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I stopped doing that.
He's in like a
It's too much wasted
relationship.
time.
And plus you're in like you're in a monogamous, you're domesticated, I feel like, for kind of the first time.
You know, I thought most of that was for a goof. You really did that. Like how many
How many hours?
Will you be like, oh man, I could have watched the Yankee game instead?
Yankee game. I could have watched the division series.
I love that you went first round. Let's not exaggerate too much.
Yeah,
the ALCS wouldn't have been funny.
ALCS would have been 7 days. That's ridiculous. No one jerks off through 7 games. But yeah, 5 games.
Yeah.
A ventriloquist's puppet would have said ALCS.
I know. 7 division series.
Division series.
Honest.
That's a
You knew I meant
comics comic. I respect that line.
But at your peak, this would be happening. Like you'd waste how many days a year do you think would be wasted?
I never actually put a thing on it, but I mean like hours a day. It was crazy. It was
like every day?
It's a waste of time. Yeah, almost every day. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a waste. It's a total waste. But you see people doing healthy shit, and you're like, no, spend your time doing something else that's productive.
You enjoyed yourself, though.
I did. I'm not saying it was not a wasted moment.
Fucking dick was as red as Voss's jacket.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm waking up.
That's all right.
How hard was that to get out?
Because you had shoes and jacket. You didn't know you were going to shoes or jacket.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
I'm
glad
glad
the benefit
I'm not on
was
testosterone if I'm fucking eating a bacon, egg, and cheese. You know what? There's too few people in here for me to eat this. It'd be rude. That's what I'm kind of realizing.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
You could just numb your... cough button. Where you
Oh,
chew.
is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, while you're chewing,
All right.
just.
All right, Jim. So what else do you like to do? No. I don't know why. I just pictured you on a sailboat with a little outfit on.
Oh, you're horny?
No, it's just there's always an element of creep to everything that you do.
I
So I was just
know.
picturing you like you take up sailing for some reason, but then you would go there dressed like a rich person's son. How they dressed in the 1920s. Did the tails come off the hat, or was it off the back of the shirt? You know that?
No.
That
Yes. I think it was off the hat.
Off the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, the little tails on the hat?
Yeah. Little, like, ribbon.
Yes,
Yeah.
See? I know what you mean. Sure. Or a little Paul Murdaugh cap.
Yeah.
Something nice for boating.
Paul Murdaugh.
Yeah.
Did you follow? You don't watch the news, but did you follow the Murdaugh case? Like the, that lawyer family.
Anything with murder, I will see because my wife watches all that shit.
She loves
like
it.
the SNL sketch. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was fascinating.
It was pretty interesting.
I can't stop. I mean, I guess a year ago we started hearing about this.
Those people set gingers back like fucking 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
They always said we're evil and we're close to Satan because just went in and went right by the cops. And, yeah, we're taking this boat. And they were just like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the whole family. It's all of them. It's not just one. It is a bunch of all redheads and all.
It was kind of like,
all redheads.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying the
you know what's
ginger's
funny?
right.
I actually watched a movie that was almost foreshadowing that. If you watch At Close Range with Sean Penn and Christopher Walken, how Sean Penn's the crazy dad, and I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
Spoiler
And Chris
alert.
Penn.
And Chris Penn, yeah, one of my favorites, and he kind of eliminates problems with family members, and the fact that the guy could fucking kill his own son. I mean, his wife. I mean, that's pretty pedestrian. You see
Sure.
that story in the news every
Yeah,
day.
it's understandable. Yeah.
But to just be sitting there and be like, I'm gonna kill my own son. I mean, that's just fucking.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they were like, I don't know, I don't understand. It's almost like they're just an entire like mental illness. Like in Rain Man, when Dustin Hoffman, couldn't tie his shoes but could fucking count the cards. I feel like they were all like mentally ill, but they were like really good at like I don't know, business,
Yeah.
/ tyranny or something like that. They were just like perfectly wired for that because it didn't even make sense that you could be that big of a fucking psycho and
It was
run
also-
a town.
Yeah, it was so crazy that there's still like local towns like that being run. Like you wouldn't think with everything. I feel like everything has gotten so much more. Everybody's aware of everything.
You
The
can just
idea
tweet
that-
out like, "Oh my God, the Murdochs are ruining my family."
That's what I
and then we
mean.
can start like trending.
Yeah, the fact that there are still little towns where like families have had power over this town for.
Yeah, like the fear everybody had, and then
Yeah.
and, like everybody in town knew that they murdered that kid because their kid was gay and that was his boyfriend, and like all of that shit was just fucking wild.
But the
And- yeah,
minute
you
it
wonder,
became
did
a
the son-
national story, it was like now it's over.
It's like they were like, yeah, they were the law. Everybody who talks about them says they were the law, and everybody just kind of understood from the grandfather to the uncle to the father. That father's a fucking creep. I mean, he's a real creep, that Alex Murdaugh. He
Yeah.
lost a lot of weight, though. He looks good. I mean, if I met him, that's probably what I'd say. Guess
Look,
if
you're losing weight.
yeah, kill your
Book me
family.
for a corporate, I'd take it, but I wouldn't like it.
Do you do corporates? I can't do them. A, nobody wants me. Let me start there. There's been no offers. But B, I should preface this. But even when I have come in, I'm just too dirty and I can't do them.
Yeah, I haven't done a corporate gig in a long time. It's just a weird thing. You know what it is? It's not the show. It's that they always want you to sit down and eat with the boss beforehand.
Terrible.
And you just feel like the kid at the table. It's just something does something to your soul, and I was just like, yeah, it's not worth it.
Because there's nothing to talk about with the like. I'm not interested
Oh,
in
that's
their
even
job.
worse. Hey, you got to make fun of Mary in accounting, and they do all of this shit, and then you go up and you do it, and then she gets fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And then the little bastard like slinks away, and then you get in trouble. No, I did. I think one of the last ones I did a private Christmas party on the Upper West Side, and somebody's like, "Fuck, not bombed like that since." Like they were all sitting eating, and then they go, "We got a comedian," and they all just looked at, and they were just like hunched down. I just intruded on the whole fucking thing. It was just like, why the fuck would you, like, I immediately called my agent and just fucking
Never again.
I was like, what in the fuck was that? And he goes, I'll get into it tomorrow. I was told that it was going to be this way. Everyone knew that you were coming. I would never do that to you. I was just like, dude, I felt like I fucking walked in on a funeral.
How many people?
Oh, dude, it was like 12.
Oh, yeah.
So it was already a small gathering
oh,
of people.
an intimate gathering.
And they just wanted to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't need.
Yeah, and it's like always on those things, there's that secession vibe, or however you fucking succession.
Succession.
Yeah. However you fucking say that show, right? There's always that vibe of like, whatever is going on. And it's a whole other level of society. And you just come walking in smelling of the city. You just seem like, oh, he takes public transportation, you know?
Yeah.
I had the subway vibe on me.
Yeah.
This was a while ago before my personal trainer. You
No,
know?
I understand. You're fat.
Just pre-action figure.
Yeah. But they're humiliating.
You can
It's
tell
so,
by my hoodie. I've really stepped it up.
it's easier to bomb in front of 1,000 people than it is in front of 12 people. It's more pleasant. It's because it's less personal than when there's 12 people sitting there eating.
Well, yeah. Plus, it's like
Not looking at you.
Not looking at you, or looking at you just like you're distracting them and they can't talk to each other.
it's got to be weird to be hired by a small group of people as just the entertainment.
Dude, the worst part was when they were sharing looks with each other. Just kind of looking across the table going like, oh. And I was just like I wasn't.
Yeah, there's 12 of them. You can see them.
Yeah, sharing
No,
looks.
and when I was in a super like defensive that part of my life, so I didn't know how to be like. I needed to be pleasant, and I still don't know how to do that. But I really didn't know how to do that. I needed to be like, hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for having me. Like the way Rich introed Georgine's name last night. I needed
confidence.
I needed to go into that mode. And then maybe do like a little crowd work going around the I don't know. I still, every once in a while, like the gig was so bad, I still try to fix it in my head.
Yep.
Like maybe if I did this, oh my God.
You're an
That
actor.
was a
You're a
bad
good
one.
actor, too. So that's
Yeah.
where you got to be an actor, too. Like, you just got to go, I'm going to pretend I'm having fun with these fucking people, even if you hate their guts.
Yeah. I should have done that.
It's hard to do.
Because then you also have to be a comedian.
Yeah, but I mean, like, because you want to be honest. Like, as a comic,
Right,
you want to
that's what I
address
mean.
what's
Dude, I
going on.
regret that gig the way I regret like past relationships with women, where I just think back, going like, "Why did I say that? I wish I never met her. I broke her heart or whatever." And then like that gig, I just think like, "Why did I say yes to that?" Or why was I just pleasant?
Yeah.
Why couldn't I have just said in the middle like, "Listen, I'm kind of getting the vibe that you're ruining your Christmas dinner." You know, I know you have third world countries to carve up or whatever the fuck it is you guys wanted to get back to talking to. Oh my God, it was that was a bad one.
How much time?
It was an eternity. I don't know. There's no way they wanted me to do an hour, but
Right.
it felt like an hour. And like, oh, dude. And then afterward, the person that booked you, you know, talking to him in the sounds of shoes walking across the hardwood floor, like all of it, dude. It's just still like a visceral experience. It was so. I just had to like, and the whole time I'm going like, hey, like gritting my teeth, like just let me walk out this giant door with that big stupid I'm rich handle
Yeah,
on it.
it's
You know,
kind
the
of towards the middle.
yeah.
Yes.
The thing in the middle. Anybody who has a fucking door handle in the middle of their door,
Yeah,
you don't want to
exactly
fucking know them.
Yeah, yeah. It's It's a weird humiliation. Like it's like, why am I doing this? And yeah.
I saw this beautiful woman the other day. She held a cab. She just went like this. They just go like that. And I just said to Kenny, I was just like, that chick right there, fucking nightmare. Nightmare. Because from here to here is what you're going to have to do in the relationship.
That's right. Arm straight out to arm all the way
All
up.
the way
Yeah,
up.
that's entirely. Yeah.
She's not even going to hold up her fucking end of it. I don't know. That's probably not a fair assessment of her. But
It's 100% a fair assessment.
Is it? Right?
100%. Yeah, she's a
Okay.
cunt.
Yeah. It's such a great word.
But isn't it great?
It is.
It is.
It just has that blunt force trauma.
It's
Yeah.
100%.
It's right. It's the torso.
Yeah.
Cunt hits you in the torso.
It's one of the few words where there's zero interpretation needed. There's no way to fix it once you say it. It's 100% commitment to a thought, to an emotion.
And after you say it, it's like, yep, I just did. Yep,
did. I said
it.
Yeah.
That's done now. We're there.
Yeah, that's a big one.
There's
Yeah.
a big one.
And by the way, and hearing about a bad gig, there's just nothing I find more enjoyable.
Especially when it's that, like, after everything you've done, it's still right there, top of mind, all-time regrets.
There was Bill before that gig and Bill after.
It's like the 9/11 for the rest of us.
Yeah. It's his own personal 9/11.
No, it took me like 3 days to walk that off.
Yep.
Like I had a bad night's sleep. I felt, I mean, beyond being humiliated, I felt terrible for them. Like I literally went, I just ruined somebody's Christmas party.
Right.
When you look at it,
You know what? I wonder if they ever fucking, see me on a late night show and be like, that's that motherfucker who came in and ruined our Christmas party.
Yeah.
He's a horrible person.
yeah, but they've also seen it and went, "Oh, that guy is legit. We should have fucking paid attention to that guy." They've probably watched it and said that
Jimmy,
too.
if there was tape of my set, there's nothing I could ever do in entertainment. I could become an EGOT and they would still be like, that fucking guy.
That piece of shit ruined everything.
I did. No, because I have a crushing need to be liked. And that And then it went beyond that to then ruin their ruined.
They turn on SNL.
Oh, dude,
because like that's the guy.
I got mad. And I was like, going, oh, you don't want to laugh at this shit, man. Just like, dude, I was like the sober drunk uncle.
Oh.
It was horrible, dude. It was like, can't even explain it to you. It was like I was the bad seed of the family, but I had like amnesia, so I don't know who anybody was, and they just dropped me in was Uncle Carl coming? Like, I was literally that guy.
It's the weird thing, like everyone has that committee in their head, that negative, you're a piece of shit, you're worthless. That little fucking committee that sits in the brain, and that's like the visualization of they're right. Like when I'm bombing like that in front of people, I hate them, and I'm like, they're right. They see me for what I am, which is a fraud in this business. They know I don't belong. They're like, in that moment, I don't give myself the benefit of the doubt.
It would have been a great way to end the set. Yeah. If it's any consolation.
You're right.
I feel horrible, and I'm well aware that I've ruined your thing. I'm mature enough not to blame my agent.
Yep. I wrecked it. I didn't handle this right. Because if you handle everything right and it still shits, then you're like, all right, I at least addressed them. I tried to do A, B, and C, but when you go in like, I could have done that better. Yeah. That's the worst.
I remember I did one in Vegas at the Wynn for this oil company, and I went in there, and there would just been some giant oil spill, and all those sad pictures of them cleaning off the birds, and I made a reference to that about what they did. And I was actually imitating like how stupid they are. Like where I was going like, oh, fuck them birds. They should learn how to fly over the fucking oil slick or something like that. And they all just went like, yeah! So I was like killing, but they weren't getting me. And I was like going, no, like I'm shitting on you guys. But then I was like, wait, I can't do that. Like that's not professional. These people hired me. I knew they were an oil company. For me to then go in and shit on them for doing it, it was another move that I couldn't do now. And
but they just skipped right past the irony,
dude. They were like you when you think about oil drilling and like the level of technology to find it, go out and build one of those things in the ocean, and the men that drill it and all that type of stuff. Like there's a lot of brain power. You wouldn't know it from the crowd. It was just like there were a lot of high fiving. I just remember like a lot of suit coats coming up in love handles. That's all I remember from that gig. As I just keep sport coats moving around of people like high-fiving. Like they were really like, it had that real, like if I was like a fucking hooker, I would be really like, it had that fucking somebody's going to choke a hooker to death vibe in the thing. It was
bachelor party getting out of control. Yeah.
It was funny too because it was early in the evening, but it was just like, I was thinking like at least a third of these people are going to do blow tonight. There's a smart third that's going to go to bed, and then that middle one is going to be like, should I do the smart thing and go to bed and call my wife?
I just love the idea of standing there stage and you're like, I don't think any of these people understand what I'm saying. Like none of them are getting the intention of the material.
Yeah, and in a way they were actually like trolling me, like not even knowing they're doing it, like just agreeing with everything I was saying and actually enjoying it. I didn't do it for the whole set, but it was another thing too. Like I went in there and that one was like a just super aggressive. Like, dude, they were in Vegas, dude. Yeah. They made a bunch of money. They were ready to go. They didn't need me. They were already fucking wound up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, these are bad memories. You're bringing up bad ones. Like all of these were the reasons I just stopped. It just was never worth it. All the money in the world, it's just not worth it. Because I love being a comedian. So just to go in and do that and have that feeling getting off stage. I mean, it's one thing to go down the fucking cellar and eat your balls. That's just like what happens. And you guys are there and you make fun of me and it's all right. But like that thing there was just like, I knew this was going to be a hell gig.
Yep.
And I did it because it was a big sack of money.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, I get I could go buy an old fire engine that I never got when I was a kid. It's just that stupid mindset. And then you just, it's the worst.
Because then what you remember from the gig is not the money or the fire engine. It's the clink of the knife on the plate or the little silverware when they put it down and you can hear the clink of the silverware. Yeah. That's how you know you're really eating your dick, when they're eating. Dude, and you can hear their silverware.
I did one at, it was some sort of like golf club or like men's club, like the Water Buffaloes, like on Fred Flintstone. So they have me eat with like the head guy with the hat with the tassel, like one of those type of things. So there's this fucking guy. Before I go up there, for some reason they have people in the crowd, just all guys, going up and telling street jokes. Now, thankfully, 3 out of 4 of them stink, but one guy is fucking great. And relaxed, the facial expressions, and he is fucking killing. And he went up like 3 times. And then the 3rd time when he killed, he just goes, see? He goes, nothing to it, I don't know. He goes, I don't know what we need this guy for. And I got so fucking pissed. Like, you fucking jerk off going up there telling fucking salesman street jokes, you motherfucker. Now you think you're George Carlin, you cunt. That's what I came up with. And dude, I went up there. I did 8 minutes of silence, right? Me doing. Sorry, smoked a cigar last night. I did fucking 8 minutes of my act and no laughs whatsoever. And I was just fucking, you know, you ever go in there? And nobody laughed. And then finally I go, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? This guy in the back goes, we're afraid of you. And then I was like, then I had to be like, I had to walk it all the way down. And what I should have done was I should have gone up there and just, in a hilarious way, I should have just agreed with the guy.
Yes.
Yeah, like, why do you need me? It was so old, they probably would have remembered it. Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
This is like fucking therapy.
Yeah.
There were some good ones, right, Jim? You did have some good gigs?
A lot of great gigs, but not those.
No,
Those are all-
no, those are bad.
Fenway. You did Fenway. That's a great gig. It's
Fenway
a great
must
night.
have been much better.
Yes, Fenway was a dream. And it was also, you know what was great about it, too? To add to the whole ambiance, it was the perfect night for baseball. But I was doing stand-up, and everybody got there. And, dude, they just sat and listened. It was a fucking show. And I would be sitting there, and it was like, I was like in left center. And the seats, they just kept fucking going. And I remember I was thinking, like, Led Zeppelin has a song called The Ocean. And what that was a reference to was how big the crowds they played for was like an ocean of people. It's the first time I ever understood that. It just kept fucking going. The infield they had, like, blocked off. And then above all of them, you know, over home plate, I was looking, it just said Fenway Park. And it was yeah, dude, it was unreal. And one of my favorite things was in the end, you know, I took Tony V, who I you know, started out with and learned so much stuff. We were standing in the sort of this I don't know, pavilion that they built in right field, and we watched everybody walking out, smoking a cigar at Fenway, and people walking out just went, hey, great show, blah, 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 blah. It was like, I literally should have retired that night.
Yeah.
But instead, I kept going.
What is the moment like when you? I know it's scary. No matter how advanced a comic you are, doing a gig like that is scary. What is the moment where you're like, okay, this is going to be great? Like
20 minutes in.
Really?
It took 20 minutes to calm down, and then I realized, okay, that they're going to be all right. And, yeah. I still think I did a good enough job to justify a big or whatever. I haven't really ever, it's not something I'll ever be able to, like, process. It was fucking nuts, dude. It was fucking nuts. It was all the whole field, and then it went into the stands, and it went up, and it just kept fucking going. And I had to not look at it, because I just had to keep, like, it's like, what can I say that's going to justify this? This doesn't even make any fucking sense. And it was funny. Dice was calling me, you know, helping me get ready for it. And he kept telling me, you got to go to the gym. You got to do squats. And I kept thinking, why the fuck is this guy talking about doing squats? And last night, I just held, like, his leather vest. He showed it to me. I held the fucking thing. You could do, like, curls with the thing. It's like his jackets are, like, 15 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
And he has to go out, you know, and do, like, an arena. And it's like, well, yeah, dude, if you got, like, a fucking 2 toddlers on each side of you. Yeah, because I was like, I just kind of wear a button. But Dice helped me a lot getting me ready for that gig. And it really meant a lot to me that he cared and reached out. Yeah, it was almost like unsettling. He was just going like, so what's going through your head right now? And I was like, I'm trying to not think about it. And he's just going, yeah, I understand. He was so fucking, that guy, people don't understand because he's always breaking balls. How
I mean,
no, that really meant a lot because he did not have to do that.
No.
At all. And like, like, dude, he called me like a half a dozen times. He's always been like that. When I sends a text if I do a TV gig and I have a good set, if he watches it, takes the time.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's really, really, really good guy.
He should get a better. Not he has a better reputation, but comics should know how good he is to comics. Like he did a lot for me. He's just really, he's great to comedians, and I just, I wish more people knew that.
I saw him walk up to Keith last night because Keith fucking murdered.
Yeah,
everybody murdered. Keith had a fucking great set. Oh my god, how bad did Cypher fuck up the fucking?
When Keith walked off, Bill said to me, he goes, "How funny would it be if he had him walk off to the Hulk music after Keith is done, which would have been a monstrous last act."
He's walking off with his cane.
So he tells Cypher.
Well, Cypher did do it in the beginning because Cypher played "Walk This Way" by Aerosmith, and I told him, I go, play the Jeopardy song. Do do do. So waiting for him to get out there, and it was. I know the crowd didn't quite laugh the way comedians do, but I also thought it led him into like how mean we are to each other, and Keith loved it.
Yeah, he's the meanest out of all of us.
What was the
Voss said to him, This next guy is also going to be our next benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, just a fucking viper bosses.
No, but that was like that's what I loved about last night's show is I thought there was so much of that, so they could really see.
Yeah.
People listen to us on the radio over the years. They know, but there's a lot of people that if they didn't listen to the radio show, don't understand how fucking mean we are to each other. But it's just like as long as there's like silliness underneath it, which took me the longest time to learn, I would just be like straight mean. Oh yeah, just straight. Because that's how the game was played in my world growing up. It wasn't trying to like break balls. You were trying to hurt somebody. Bobby Kelly grew up the same way.
Right.
So I remember we used to talk about that, going like, yeah, we got to kind of tone it down. Like Bobby, after a while, his thing was he just kept saying mean shit, and then when he would, the whole table would be like, God damn, he would just go, Bob Kelly. And then that kind of became like his fucking catchphrase. Then I actually wanted him to say like really mean shit.
He does acknowledge when he's too mean. Like Bobby does know that. Like he'll say something, he'll be like, too mean? Like he knows that oh fuck yeah, that's me as a kid.
Yeah.
You know that. Yeah, he understands.
Yeah, that fucking guy, man. Like he just keeps becoming like a better person. He's like jolly now. Dude, when I first met Bobby was like this fucking street kid maniac ready to fight anybody. Like he was a fucking lunatic. I was like, happy I was friends with him. One of those things. I'm glad this guy likes me. And now he's just like, he's like this, just like a really mellow,
nice man.
Yeah, I always tell that story. We had that in our last fight. That don't interrupt me cunt. I'm hanging way up there.
But so what? So they screwed up Syph screwed up the Hulk music last night.
Yeah, well, that would have been the perfect play. Well, you know what it was stupid. Voss went out and was running his yap. I understand that he had to do that, but he had a great time. I was trying to say what was great about him is there was a lot of interaction of people, shitting on him, and then he did 5 minutes and he killed. And it was funny. He explained to Voss how to shut off his turntable setup. It was a giant silver button. So he plays himself on, and him and Voss switch positions. And in my head, I'm watching this. I'm like, there's no way Voss is going to do this right. And, of course, he goes up to the mic, and Voss is just sitting there pressing all this shit, and the fucking music is still still playing this Jay-Z shit. And he's sitting there standing on the mic and going, it's the silver button. Rich, the big silver button. And the whole fucking crowd is just laughing. That's what I thought, like, last night. They really got to see a lot of, like everybody, on the surface knew Rich was dumb, but then they actually got to see real offstage dumb Rich Voss.
They got to understand, like, this is a bit, but it's also completely
it's
true.
not like Foster Brooks where he pretended to be drunk.
Right.
Like, Rich is actually dumb.
Yeah, he's actually stupider than we portray him.
Yeah,
which is difficult.
I'll tell you, that hat is on that head. He has like a fucking, like a square head. I tried to slap it off his head. It barely moved. Like he glued it on like a toupee.
Yeah, that awful hat.
Is it a fedora?
It's a fedora. It was like a straw fedora almost.
He wears it. Is it the same hat every year?
No, he changes hats, which is worse. It's worse. It's worse that he changed. If he had one of his lucky hat, like fucking Lois from Goodfellas, you'd be like, all right.
He wears new sneakers every year as a point of pride.
He what?
He gets a new pair of sneakers for the Patrice benefit.
Oh, is that from last night? Oh, I didn't see those pictures.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great shot.
It was great at Jon Stewart come too. He's it was fun to watch. I've never actually seen him on stage.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then I thought like Dice took it all the way this way. John took it all the way the other way.
Yeah.
It was a nice it was a nice balance. I did a show a long time ago, and Wanda Sykes went on right when Trump got elected, and she was trashing him, and then Nick DiPaolo went on next, and I was like, there couldn't be any more perfect balance. Yep. They both went like that, and then I got to walk like right down the middle. You know what I did to get the crowd? Because both of them like were pissing off like half the crowd. They're both like monster comics, so they don't give a fuck. I just I came out, I just opened and go, hey, who wants to talk politics, right? And everybody laughed, and I swear to God, the only way to, because it was this big benefit gig, and the only way to save it was I actually did this bit that I was doing on the road secretly that I was embarrassed of. It was an airplane bit. It was something about the plane crashing. I'm actually embarrassed to even say this to you guys. And I was just like,
what happened when the plane crashed? I mean, was it the pilot error?
No, yeah, exactly. Exactly. In like a really embarrassing way. Like I was just standing up there going like, this is the only card I had to play after what the two of them, the direction that they pulled them in. And I was almost embarrassed when I got off the stage. Like, yeah, when you guys aren't around, sometimes if I'm not having a good set, I pull that one out.
I do that, yeah. It is the worst feeling when you get caught, like when you're doing a bit like that. And it's good. It's a good bit and it kills, but it's one that you know that like I'd be slaughtered for this. If
you don't do it
guy
like
saw it.
the song somebody sees that's on your phone, and it's like, oh no, my girlfriend downloaded that along. We shared internet. And that's why it's like, nah, I think you like that.
Your guilty pleasure bit.
No, it was a straight up airplane bit, and it fucking murdered.
Yeah, it's one of those things when you get caught, it's like it's embarrassing.
I just fell on the knife. I'm like, all right,
you got to do it.
This is what I do when you guys aren't around.
Beach bombing.
I was in Calgary. They were hammered. Like it just came out, and I'm lazy.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, we all have a few of those.
Right now, I feel sheepish.
You never did any of those like tiny gigs for like a party of people or anything like that?
Oh, I've done a few over the years. Yeah, they're harsh. I mean, they're rough. I just don't remember. I don't get asked to do them. I did one in Arizona for a guy who was a fan, and when the boss is a fan, and then you feel like, are people just laughing because the boss likes me? It was in a steakhouse.
They're looking at the boss, seeing the boss laugh, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, he was great, and they were nice people. But I always feel out of place doing those. I feel like this is a Tom Papa gig where Tom can like be, or Gaffigan, guys who are clean, who can be themselves and still kill. Like Tom Papa doesn't have to change anything.
Oh, Tom's a
killer.
Tom can hate everybody in the room and the company that you have, and you would never know. And he can just go up and just go into this like mindset and fucking like murder. That guy back in the day when we were at the Cellar, like doing like the late show at the Cellar, all of us all filthy going up there, and he would go in like right after all of us work totally clean, and the show wouldn't dip. He would totally fucking kill.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's a great, I envy that. Like him, and again, Gaffigan's another guy. Just guys who are as funny clean as anybody else is dirty.
Yeah. When you're playing Fenway, I was going to ask you before, do you have moments on stage where you can take it in? Or are you just like, can you not do that until after the show?
Yeah, I don't really remember the show, I'll be honest with you. That was like one of those, like skydiving. Like, don't fuck this up, you know?
Have you watched it back?
Yeah, I did. I did watch it back. So, yeah, you know, but I'm not going to put it out. It's just like, it's one of those things like when something's that big, it just doesn't look good on film. It doesn't capture it. And then also like, we kind of needed to mic the crowd, I feel, more like they do in the MLB playoffs, which I wish they did. That if anything would like help baseball. You know what I mean? Because every ballpark has like a sound. That if we did that more, you know, it's just
that's insane. I'm looking at the behind the stage shot of you on stage and a baseball stadium with what a great fucking picture. I hope you have something like that blown up.
I got that on my wall.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that one I have on the wall. That's like I don't have a lot of that stuff, but in my office, actually, the guys at my our production company, All Things Comedy, if I can plug that, they have that picture with they had like a home plate put on there, and they have the date on it. And
right.
So that's like one of those ones where, I mean, I don't think I'll be an egomaniac. That's like, because that's still fucking insane.
I have a picture like that of myself at Dangerfield, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, you're right. The lighting's incredible too, because you do see it's just people, and then I see what you mean about just seeing the sign right in front of you that just says Fenway Park.
That's what I kept seeing. It was like lit up. I just kept seeing that, and there was times where I have like memories, like thinking like I went to my first game, sat right there, sat in right field in the blue seats, and Dwight Evans was there. It was when it was Dwight Evans, Fred Lynn, Jim Rice, Kari Yastrzemski, that whole team.
Yeah,
Remy Burleson, Hobson.
Unbelievable.
Jim Rice. He always got a bad rap, I think, because they said he wasn't nice. Jim Rice.
It's just all
bullshit.
Yeah, just old racist writers can't handle a black guy crushing it.
Yeah.
Still kind of happens. You know, like that whole stupid LSU thing and whatever. It's like they were just doing that shit to each other, and then people were like, this is absolutely classless.
Even the girl is saying, Caitlin girl,
yes.
she's saying about the LSU girl, she's like, she's great, and I did it, and like, no, the runner-up shouldn't
that's
go to the White House.
And that's it. She's actually in the game. So if that's her perception, and she's saying it's fucking fine, all of these fucking racist white people should just shut the fuck up about that, because that's literally what that is. You know, that's, I don't know. I think the internet should be fucking shut down.
I have found some unreasonable opinions on the internet. I have found some unreasonable people.
It's like we're too dumb to be talking to each other. It's just like, I mean, I'm including myself in this.
Yep.
I don't know. All these and leaving comments and stuff like that's kind of like I saw this thing recently. They had like, you know, dumbass Richard Nixon. I mean, he was a great, you know, leader and all that type of stuff, you know, foreign policy. But I'm just calling him a dumbass because he recorded himself, which I recently heard
LBJ.
LBJ. I almost said LGBTQ. LBJ. He was the one that put the shit in the White House. He didn't use it, and he did it. And I was joking with Kenny, going like, so Nixon was kind of like the first podcaster, or the first guy using like Alexa. He didn't realize it. So he went off on this whole rant about how the gays were ruining. He said there's this new show, and he was describing All in the Family, and he thought Meathead was gay. I couldn't tell if he, just because he was a hippie, just thought hippies were gay. Yeah. But he said like that's what brought it down, and I just thought that was so fucking hilarious. It's just like, oh, you don't think it's the banking system, corporation, and corrupt politicians?
No, it's a bunch of fruits.
Yeah, a bunch of gay guys listening to fucking Queen or whatever the fuck they listen to. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, those goddamn gay bars. That's it. That's what does it. Not losing. Yeah, don't play this, dude. This is it's fucking terrible. It's not. But I mean, I look. It's also like he was born in the turn of the last century, and that's just where people's fucking heads were at. So I'm not like looking at the guy like he's like a terrible guy. But like if you looked at the comments, I mean, he's not wrong. Like anybody, including myself, could name any emperor other than Caesar. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the fuck.
Well, there was a bunch of Caesars.
Was there?
Yes. Tiberius Caesar, Caligula Caesar, Julius
Salad.
Caesar, Mike Caesar, Frank. Salad really did shut my dumb Caesar list up. Yeah. The nerve of me.
I just realized that's another one of your fetishes. What do you like, guys in robes? With those little Mercury sandals on that have like the flames on them?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that like leaving comments and everybody having their ability to leave comments on everything is all that sort of like, we were talking about it this morning, just being instantly angry or instantly whatever, and there's no part of you that goes, wait, before I type this in and hit send, let me think about, do I actually feel this way? Do I have any idea what I'm talking about? The
only thing I do like is when people are making jokes.
Yeah.
There's some fucking hilarious people out there that aren't comedians. Like I read shit. I send it to my wife all the time, and we're just like dying laughing. So I would miss that aspect of it, but I don't think, I don't think it's helped politics to just have people like just screaming at each other or just screaming in agreement with one or the other. I mean, that's kind of the reason why I stopped doing it, because I'm not talking down to the people that do that shit. I was becoming that, and then I was literally just getting upset, and then I would just write something just to make the other person more upset, and it's just like, what am I doing? This is stupid.
But you're not enjoying it. You're not getting an enjoyment out of it.
And I was trying to win. I went back and forth with this guy one time who trashed me. He goes, I forget what he said. My half hour had come out on Comedy Central, and he said, who was that guy impersonating the comedian or something like blah, blah, blah. Don't quit your day job. So we started going back and forth with each other.
Of course. And
it just day after day, and I'd be like thinking about what he was going to write. Dude, it lasted for like a week, and this is how it ended. Is I was so mad at the last thing he wrote, I sent my other one without hitting spell check, and I had like 5 errors.
That's handing it to him.
I lost.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be above it anyway.
Oh, he exposed how dumb, because I was really going off on him, because I go, oh, you're probably some blah, blah. And he goes, no, actually, I did my undergrad here, and then I matriculated. And I went, oh, did you matriculate? So I was really coming off like I wasn't impressed with how intelligent he was.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hit spell check, and it was like, go fuck self. You guys are bringing up a lot of fucking, it's coming out of me.
I had a bunch of those too, back and forth emails, like nasty ones, and I found them because I have a hate mail folder in my email, which is long. But I would
is it pretty full?
I would go back and forth, and it's like, what am I doing? Like, who gives a fuck if this guy doesn't like me? So I stopped checking any of that shit.
Yeah.
Because it just makes me happier not to do it. It makes me happier not to check at mentions. Like, who cares if I win the exchange? It doesn't mean anything.
What benefit does it?
There's zero benefit.
Yeah.
My girlfriend at the time just said to me, she goes, you have no idea who that guy is. That guy could be some psycho with a gun. I was just like, she goes, just let him win. And I was just like, you know what, you're right. And then when she wasn't around, I clicked off the last one and I fired it, and it had 3 spelling errors and like 4 sentences, dude. It was really bad.
You also, do you know when I realized certain people are crazy? When I would get like death threats from people and using their real names. And I'm like, yeah, anyone comfortable doing that is a fucking, he's a problem.
Why would you get, for what?
It's just the Jesse Ventura argument. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I got one recently. You get them all the time for different stuff.
Did you make fun of his leotard?
I wish I would have known he wore
Never.
leotards.
What have those just wrestling tights?
We had an
We
argument.
were tights.
Me and Jesse had an argument.
Tie-dye
It was 2009.
tights.
It's fucking crazy. It's 13 years ago. People.
I mean, it's one of those things that it's
Yeah.
like you have no idea when you're doing it, but it's a forever thing.
Oh yeah, but when people right now like fucking Jesse should have hit you, I'm like, oh fuck yourself.
I mean, because
Shut up.
But there's just like there's never been a situation with Jesse Ventura where when he's leaving and he's still in the room, somebody goes, "You and your riffraff hairdo."
It was a nasty argument we had many years
He
ago.
called him riffraff from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It got. We were,
Oh, is that? I never seen that movie.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we
he's
were
got,
being
like,
dicks to each other. That's all. But when people just doubled, fucking Jesse, shut up. It was just two guys being dicks to each other 13 years ago. Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, you're both over it. I mean, I would think you're over it. I
I
know.
don't care. Yes, I'm not angry at him.
Things got heated.
Yeah, that's riffraff.
Riffraff
It's not a
hairdo.
compliment.
No, he doesn't have some of the best hair ever.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Yeah, he's more Ben Franklin. Why would he say you don't even look like that?
No, I said it to
No,
him.
he said it to
Oh,
Jesse.
you said it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Now
Yeah.
I see it now.
Yeah, he was not pleased.
Well, I mean, Jesse does it like because nobody would say that to him. What's he gonna?
It just had. It just did. Two guys argue.
Wait,
It
the
just
mic was
degenerate-
off, and then you said that. Now it's like real.
No, he was walking out.
He was walking. He was
He
leaving.
walked off the show,
and he
was
said,
just-
"Bye, Jesse." And Jesse went, "Thank you for your service." And he was like, "Yeah, you and your riffraff hairdo."
No, what happened was Jesse touched me. Like it was a weird. We were arguing.
You and all fucking Saturday Night Fever.
No, he patted me like that. Like
It was aggressive though.
But I knew what he was doing. And I hate that more than anything. Like a guy trying to alpha you physically when you're just like. I hate it like so much. So I thought he was gonna throw his water bottle at me. I was like, I'm gonna get fucking smacked. But I was just so irritated. It wasn't bravery. I was just angry.
It was awesome.
I'm glad he didn't.
No, yeah, no.
Jim's got some fight in him.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like that type of stuff. Like it's nothing to do with being tough. I don't like when somebody tries to like, you know what I mean? When a guy does that to you,
You don't like being bullied, Jim.
I don't like being.
You don't like being pushed around the room.
I don't
And
like.
doggone it, if he can kick my ass, hell be damned, whatever that expression
I don't
is.
want sand kicked in my face. They're not going to kick while I'm here with my best girl. Yeah, that drives
You're
me
no
crazy.
90
I made a
weakling.
promise to myself a long time ago.
That's right. I did too, and I just couldn't stop putting them in my mouth.
Yeah. After that boy peed in your mouth, you said, "I'm never gonna get bullied again."
Yep, boy, that was not true.
It is. That's the most disturbing part about Jim is that you know him for as long as you know him, and you think it's all jokes. And then the longer you know him, the more you realize, like, no, it's all true.
Right.
Every single bit of it is
So
true.
I try to keep it light with Jim.
Yeah,
You don't want to go deep. I mean, sometimes he'll come out with a story here.
Sometimes you go to an apartment and you see those Silence of the Lamb moths flying around.
Yeah,
it's like maybe I
you
shouldn't
ask.
go in. Maybe I shouldn't go in.
You don't want to ask.
yeah.
No, there are times when, like, I mean, Travis and I have known him the longest in this room. It's been like,
That's right.
I mean,
Blessed.
how many? Almost 18. 18. Wow. And like he'll still come out with stories from his childhood that he's like, "I never told you that," and we're like, "No, Jimmy,
You
poor
think,
Jimmy."
you've told them all. You think all the stories have been told, and we all have them.
No, and you just, I mean, it was within the last year when you told us about the guy who drove you to the lake. We didn't know that story.
Yeah, I was a teenager.
He said he was going to make love to you.
Yeah, I didn't allow it, of course.
He didn't get bullied. He didn't get bullied.
Who doesn't want to go to a lake in the summertime?
No, you're right. It's beautiful.
It's nice.
A lot of beautiful lakes in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Hey, in this country, there's a price to pay.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody's got to pay their fare.
I was going to give you a ride to a lake. They may tell you that someday you're going to make love to them. Oh, big fat fuck.
What'd you tell him?
I was drunk. I was like, if you touch me, I'll kill you.
Thanks for the ride.
Yeah. No, then we just sat there and continued looking at the lake, hoping to see the devil. It was really.
It was a weird time.
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 Yeah.
Whoa, what? Where did the devil think?
I was before it was popular. I was like in that fucking Satan worship, suburban douchey thing. And,
Yeah, because real Satanists don't even believe in the devil. They just believe in like
kinetic energy and all that stuff, and
no,
like do what you want.
Yeah, you live for yourself.
Yeah.
Jim sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, I was very for the same reason any attention-seeking boy does anything.
Oh, why did you?
Oh yeah,
What is that?
I found that like when I was a teenager, a young teenager, I put out these. I wrote down all the lyrics from a Merciful Fate song, and I cut my arm and I signed it in blood, and I put it on my bedroom door just to let my parents know it was a devil boy in the room.
It says Jim Norton in blood. And what is that? I
I pledge my soul.
pledge my soul.
Yeah.
I pledge my soul to Satan.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't even be a hackier.
I mean,
As a parent,
that's what I'm saying.
can
Like,
you imagine the failure that you would feel?
I wouldn't know what to do if my son, who I've watched from the time. I mean, I was there when he was born, and now he puts that on
now
his
you
door.
gotta sit there and be like, do I need to report my own son,
Yeah.
the apple of my eye, to the authorities?
Do you even acknowledge it? Do you just? I'm sure he's just having a phase and try to forget.
I'm sure he just leased his soul.
Hey, at least he's committed to something. I think they were happy to see me committing to anything.
I mean, I guess.
Plus, it was the 80s. I mean, people mid-80s, early 80s.
You
Nobody
signed it in blood.
Well, you know, that's going to make it sincere. But I think that back then it wasn't as alarming as it would be now.
They were happy that he didn't use a tack and put a little hole in the door with a piece of tape. You didn't use a tack, did you, Jimmy?
So you went to the lake to see the devil.
Yeah. I went to the lake.
Why did you think the devil was going to be at the lake?
Because I was drunk and I thought that he had some connection to Satanism, and he told me Satan was his father. I wasn't smart.
Why does this feel like a John Cusack movie? You come walking up with the radio, get you to get out of the car.
Yeah. No, he did not. We didn't ever make love.
He did not.
I put my foot down.
That was the day you realized no more bullying.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't trying to bully me. He was just a
That's
fucking
actually
creep.
creepier than if he said he wanted to fuck you.
I know.
Making love? Oh.
Yeah, and I remember that we were sitting in his sports car. He had like a fucking Trans Am or something, and I was probably 16 or 15.
A fat creep in a Trans Am is hilarious.
Yeah.
Fat Burt Reynolds. Probably thought he looked like him. Grew a dumb mustache.
Yeah, it was a car like that, like one of those things that a young teenage boy would like.
Oh, yeah.
He did. The car was cool.
It was a great
He's
car,
seen,
cool
hey, man,
car.
yeah, you put the bait out there, you jumped on the hook.
Wasn't wrong.
Yeah, but
You got
guess what?
no one to blame but yourself.
Yep.
But he had to let you go.
He did.
He had to let you go. He had to put you right back in. You swam away.
He was trying to convince me that I could see the devil in the lake, but I couldn't.
Even in your drunkenly state, you couldn't see
I
the
couldn't.
devil
Yeah.
in the lake.
Yeah, I couldn't see him.
No. You were ready to murder.
I wanted to look.
You were going to kill him.
I didn't know what to do. I just said that.
You weren't prepared to.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, and then he drove you back?
I believe so. Yeah, it's a vague memory, but he said something like
It's called being roofied.
he kept telling me to look in the lake, and I was looking in the lake, and he goes, "Do you see it?" I was like, "No," and he goes, "Well, he goes, when you see my father, you will make love to me."
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know why. That just sounds like a bad heavy metal lyric.
Yeah.
When you see my father Satan,
Yeah.
you will make love to me.
Yeah.
Love to me.
You will make love to me. But I neglected to make love with him.
Instead, you threatened
Yeah.
death.
Jesus, Jim, that was quite a circle of friends you had
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Yeah. Growing up, Norton. Yeah. That would be a dark, yeah. Yeah, if they did like a Netflix cartoon about the way Jim came up, it'd be very dark. It'd be very dark.
Yeah, the F would stand for something else.
Everyone hates Chris. Everyone fucks Jim.
Everybody fucks Jim.
Yep.
Yep, you learn things about people. You sit in a room, talk to them long enough.
Boy, oh boy.
Those are great, aren't they? Those, what are they called?
Liquid
Deaths?
Deaths?
Those are fucking great.
Yeah, tastes better than the plastic.
I love them.
This is literally from last night's show that I then took to the after party that then made it to the nightstand and now came in here. I don't drink enough water.
Yeah.
Just sipping this
Just
thing.
nursing
Wait,
it.
you opened it last night?
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
At the theater. And then I brought it all the way down. A mess, Jim.
Yeah, no,
I got to get home to the family.
When are you going back?
I'm here for another couple of days. I'm actually going. I'm going to go see a show tonight. There's a drummer in town that I've wanted to see or whatever. I'm going to go do that and then do some spots and shit.
Oh, good.
Hey, we had C. Thomas Howell in here recently.
That's right.
He was talking about working with you. He's great,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know really what to expect. We just knew him, whatever, as an actor.
He's fucking awesome.
He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, so we wrote, me and my writing partner, Ben Tischler, wrote this movie called Old Dads. It's a comedy we did for Miramax, and I can't say where it's going to end up, but, like, we're finalizing the deal and all of that shit. So, anyways, we're writing the thing, and there was a character, and I was just saying, I don't know why I thought of him. I was like, you know who'd be fucking great for this? Like, C. Thomas Howell. And he's like, really? And then we looked up, how he looks now. And Ben was just like, oh my God, that'd be fucking amazing. I said, yeah, I got it. He goes, do you have any connection to him? I'm like, no, dude, I don't know. He goes, whatever, I'll call my agent. Maybe they can, play the telephone game and get in touch with him. So, like, a few months later, I'm in Milwaukee, and I did a gig, and I was hanging around because I was going to go to the Packers-Seattle game. And I was in the lobby, and I feel this guy kind of coming up to me or whatever, so I kind of like turn away or whatever. Kenny was there. And then he goes, "Hey, man," he goes, "I just want to tell..." Oh, he already told the story, right? On your show.
Yeah, but, you know.
Yeah, he came up and he just said, "Hey, I'm a big fan of your stuff. I never do." And he's like, "Yeah, man." And I go, "Dude, I literally just fucking sold a script. And there's a part in it we want you to play." And he goes, "Get the fuck out of here." And I pitched him the idea. I still remember he put his head back and he laughed and he goes, "I'll do it." And then that's when I knew the movie was going to get made.
Right.
I think that was right before we sold it. There was just too fucking like, why would I run into this guy if this wasn't going to go forward? And that was one of my favorite phone calls I ever made. I called up Ben Tischler. I was like, "Ben, you're not going to believe who I ran into in Milwaukee." And he goes, "Who?" I go, "C. Thomas Howell." He goes, "Get the fuck out of here." I go, "Yeah, I pitched it to him. He's in." And we ended up, what was so great was he I forget, he had about 3-4 days on the movie. And you saw all like the 40 years of experience, just like the way he just knew where the camera was and blah, blah, blah. And then asking, "Hey, do you want me to do this? Hey, on this one, on that one. Hey, I was thinking of doing this." Like he's super, super, super like pro, really creative. And then in between takes, you know, you guys had him on here. Great storyteller.
Yeah.
Just a really fun guy to work with, man. He was awesome.
I love, obviously, Bobby Cannavale is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Bokeem Woodbine I've never met, but I think he's so underrated, that guy.
Dude, that guy is one of the most interesting dudes I've ever met in my life. As far as, like, every time you think he's going right, he goes left. Every time you think he's going left, he's going right. So, like, when you're doing a scene with him, it's like you got like that, like, it's easy to be in it because it's like, what is this guy going to do, man? And he makes really interesting choices and all that. But then, like, you know, he has like a punk band. It's just like, what? Like, that was one of those things. He goes, "Yeah, hey, me and my band put something." He's doing some hip hop shit, R&B or something like that. It's straight up fucking punk band. And he was great, you know, and there was all of that. Like, and you know, you just get on set, you know, there's a lot of just sitting around waiting for stuff to get set up or whatever. And he was just telling me, you know, his life story and just everything. Yeah, me and Bobby we were kind of like, we were just laughing, going like, "Dude, there's no way, like, if you were on like like some sort of game show, trying to guess what happened to Bokeem next." It was just always like, and it was just wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a really, I don't know, I don't know. Just both of those guys I got along with great. And it was just one of those things where as I was doing, I was like, yeah, these guys are going to be in my life. So I think Bokeem's in Budapest right now, shooting some series or something like that. But it was fun.
But you knew, because I don't think either of us realized what C. Thomas Howell like looks like now and how he's got that rasp in his voice.
I had no idea.
Yeah. He's singing country, isn't he? Isn't he singing now?
It's like a rock country thing. Yeah.
Because I
he's a
saw
musician.
him. And he had, like, I don't know, I was probably just on the internet one night and I was just looking up all this shit from my childhood, which for some reason I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Trucks, C. Thomas Howell.
Dude, it's as random as that.
Yeah.
It's as random as that. Remember that cool kid down the street? He had that fucking Apollo 3-speed bike. What the fuck? What was that thing? And how much? Those things are worth $3,500 now. Yeah. Just to his face and was just like, I mean, I would love to see that on a movie screen. Like, it really looks interesting and, you know, the lines and the big beard and all of that type of stuff. And I don't know why. It just, or maybe I saw an interview with him or something, and maybe I heard the voice. I can't remember why, but somehow he came back in after all of those years, and yeah, just kind of lined up. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, sort of pre-hyping the pre-hype before this movie comes out. So, like, at some point, I will be coming back here
to promote it,
to do the big press tour. So
I'd love to interview Bokeem Woodbine if he's in the States and he's doing press. That's a guy I would love to talk to. Yeah, I think he's so underrated. Like,
I get Bobby in here too. Well, the two of them, they work so much. Like, those guys, they just like. Go on their IMDb page. It's
crazy.
You got to go like you're just scrolling forever. So we got to do that. Katie Azelton is in it, and Rain Edwards, Jackie Tone. We got a bunch of people, and there's some people that did some cameos and stuff. And we somehow pulled it off, and I'm really excited about it. It's a really good movie, and we didn't pull any punches.
Right.
The hard R comedy. And I on pins and needles, I can't wait for it to fucking come out. Like, every day that it doesn't come out, it's kind of like driving me nuts. Like, just put it out.
Right, it's done, it's edited, it's ready.
It's gonna kill. Put it out.
How long has it been done for?
We finished it in December, but like, as somebody told me as I was getting like, okay, we're done. Let's put it down. It's just like that. That's not how it works. These things take time. I just keep saying that. These things take time. Everybody's dealing with this shit. Don't be a fucking baby. Just whenever it's coming out, put on your tap dance shoes, sell the shit out of it, and I will be definitely calling you guys for a favor to help me sell it, and all your listeners. who've been so good to me over the years. So hopefully they'll sit down, watch it, and like it.
And 4 months is not an unreasonable amount of time for nothing. Like, you know what I mean? If a film is finished and ready December, it's only April 5th or whatever. It's not like an unreasonable amount of time.
Yeah, no. That's kind of how it works. Because then they have all the other films, and they got to like space them out so they can promote them, so they can make their money back and hopefully make a ton of money. Is basically how the game works. This is my first ride, so I'm learning all of this shit.
But the fact that I just said that as if I was an authority, I don't know what an unreasonable amount of time is. I have no idea.
But you know what? You know what? It made me feel good.
Yeah. It sounds right, and it doesn't seem crazy.
Right, but you
it could
have
be
no
a terribly
experience.
unreasonable amount of time.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, you might talk to Spielberg. He's like, if it doesn't happen in a week, you're finished. And here I am going 4 months. It's not bad. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
I have to piss desperately. I'm going to piss my pants.
All right, let's
You're
take a
hanging,
break.
right, Bill? You gonna hang with
No,
us?
I actually have to go do my laundry.
Okay.
I just hate having like a bag full of dirty laundry. You know, I've been on the road for a fucking week. I'm gonna go to do my laundry, and I got a couple people I'm gonna meet, and then I got to go to that show tonight. So
Okay, buddy.
I want to I thank all you
Great to
guys
see you,
for
man.
having me in here. I literally just went into when I finished the show. Thank all you guys for coming. I was like fucking 2 of you here, 3, 4, 5. All right, 5 series, but like
Yeah.
you didn't have to keep coming back every year, and you were so fucking brilliant last night, dude.
Thanks, man.
That fucking Queen bit. The death of the Queen fucking killed me.
Thank you.
Kept going. Oh my God, the Baltimore accent. Oh, jeez, fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
All right. Yes.
Awesome. We're gonna take a break.
I
Yes.
just want to keep complimenting Jim. So
It's
he
very
just, he,
unfair.
just
He
he,
doesn't
keeps
like
looking lower and lower to the floor.
But
Thank
I
you.
understand
Thank
we're
you.
both the same way. We both hate it. But yeah, I love you, Bill, and I'm
All right.
happy you're
I
doing
love you
so
too.
well.
Here comes
And,
a long, not so uncomfortable hug for you.
No, the longer it goes, the happier I get.
We'll be right back. Stay there.